All right, warm welcome viewers. Even as for the first time, we've heard that there could possibly be a thawing of the war as it ensues, with Russia saying that there could possibly be now a breakthrough between talks of Ukraine and Russia. Let's right now at least cut across to Ukraine, where Yulia is joining us with Olesia, member of Ukraine's Territorial Army. We also have joining us Mariana with Svetlana, who is also a member of Ukraine's Territorial Army. I just want to show you, pictures of both, all of them together with their arms. It's one of the coolest images, I would reckon, that you would see as this war ensues. Yulia, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Great. Yulia, would you talk to us a bit about your weapon, and are you prepared right now to fight it out when your country asks of you?
2 weeks ago, we weren't ready to this, and we didn't know how to use a weapon. But this time we are learning how to do that. And if we will need to use our gun, we can do it right now.
Yulia, will you take us through your training, and can you tell our viewers who don't know much about you, where were you exactly 2 weeks before where this war started? What was your understanding of war, of weapons, and how has it changed 2 weeks from then?
2 weeks ago, I was a teacher at a school, and I have never taken weapon in my hand. And these 2 weeks was really terrible. It's like a nightmare. But now we are in another reality, and now we know how to use our gun. We prepare to big fight for the Kyiv.
Yulia, what were you teaching? You said you were a teacher. What were you teaching?
Yes, I'm a teacher of Ukrainian language and literature.
Ukrainian language and literature. And who were you teaching? What was your age group of the kids that you were teaching?
From 10 to 16 years.
10 to 16 years. Yulia, I'm sure it's deeply personal, but what was your reason? And I'm sure it's this great love for your country and the freedom of your country that made you take to arms. But what went through in the mind of a teacher who decided that she's not going to flee, she's not going to leave the country, she's not going to go to Poland, but she's going to stick in Ukraine, and she's going to pick up the gun?
Yes, because I can't stay at home right now, and I want to be, I wanted to help my army, my land, my city, and I try to do everything as I can. And I don't want that my students, my family don't know what is freedom, and I don't want that live in a country like Russia. That's why I took gun in my hand. I'm really scared. We all really scared, but we know that's the only way for us. Only one way for us.
Yulia, stay with me. I'm going to come right back to you. I'm going to ask you about your training process, but I want to cut across to Mariana. She's also with you right now. Mariana, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Can we see you, Mariana, in the frame? Can we see you? Can you raise your hand for us? Great. Hi, Mariana. Hi.
Yes, hi.
Mariana, can you tell us, it's fascinating, to see all of you women, and I think it's a great privilege to be able to interview all of you women, because Julia just told us she was a teacher. Will you tell us your story? 2 weeks ago, who was Mariana, who has a gun in her hand today?
I was a journalist in city Mariupol, and there were...
You were a journalist?
Yes, I'm a journalist.
You're a journalist. Mariana, what made a journalist who's to report the war pick up a gun and say she's going to fight for her country?
Can you repeat your question,
What
please?
made Mariana pick up the gun to fight for Ukraine?
I decided I made to protect our motherland, and I saw that the war
Right.
started. I couldn't stay at my home.
You couldn't stay at home, you had to pick up the gun. Julia, you know, because I know language is a barrier, there are many of these young women behind you. Will you help us understand who they are? What was their story? You know, we see 3 young women behind you. We know you were a teacher. We know Maria was a journalist. What about the others? Can you tell us their story?
Yeah. It's Lesa, she was a photographer, and it's Ola, she was a fighter and musician, and this is Svetlana, she's marketolog, and we never knew how to use the gun in our previous life.
Well, you know, I'm sure, you know, a writer, a musician, a teacher, a journalist, you know, it's, you know, one can only salute your spirit, all of you. I want to ask you, Julia, for all of you who've come from very different backgrounds, never thought you would ever take the gun, but I want to ask you, what has been the training process? Have you been trained in actual warfare now? Are you a trained soldier?
I'm not sure that we are really soldier right now, because we had 2 weeks and it's too
early.
It's not enough to prepare to the war and learn how to use the gun. But every day we had train. We trained to shoot. We trained to have different pose, how to shoot, and it's a bit at this moment, that's all. But I hope we will have enough time in the future to learn more about that.
Olesya, hi, I'm Preeti. Which one of you is Olesya?
This is Alessa.
Hi, Olesya, will you tell us your story?
Now, Alessa speaking.
Doesn't know. Does Svetlana know English? Hi, Svetlana.
No.
No English? Okay, fine. I want to. Okay, I understand.
I can try to translate something from.
Great.
From Alessa's story.
Will you ask her, Julia, what was her reason that she decided not to leave, like many other women in your country, but to stay behind?
Що було для тебе причиною, як багато інших жінок в Україні, не залишитися вдома, не виїхати, а прийти сюди? Тільки так, щоб я перевела це. Хто, якщо не ми? Who can do it if it's not would we?
Well, that's a very, very strong statement. Who can do it if not you? Well, you know, and it's very, very touching. Julia, I want to ask you, because so much is said about, you know, women, especially at the time of war, but you girls, you women chose to stay right back in Ukraine. I want to ask you, how difficult was it to leave your families? Do most of you have children?
Some of us has children. I don't have children, but I have a big family, my parents, sisters, and they in another place. Now it's, I hope, safe place, but for all of us it was really difficult choice, but we want to protect our families, and we don't want that see what is war. We want to protect them.
Are your families, and you know, it's if I can say, it's a very stupid question to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Are your families very worried about you? Are they talking to you? Are they asking you to come join them?
Yes, of course. First time they told me that I should be with their safe place at home, but now they understand why I'm here. And I know that it's really difficult and hard for them, for me, but who can be there if it weren't we?
You know, I think if I have to take one line from this conversation is who else if not we? You know, because so many of us will always look at somebody else. It's amazing that all of you, very, very brave women, have looked at yourselves. Can you ask your companions, how was it leaving their children? How was it leaving their family members? Because the uncertainty of war is so strong. You know, you never know what happens.
Як вам було залишати ваших дітей, ваші сім'ї, тому що ніколи не відомо, що станеться? Якщо невідомо, що буде далі, як вам залишати ваші сім'ї, ваші?
Я могу сказать, решили их защищать, наоборот, чтобы это их не коснулось.
We're here to protect them, and that's why we're here. We want to protect them from the war, from the Russia, from the Putin, and that's why we're here.
Когда я ходила моя бумага, я думала, я еще вернусь, и оставила своих питомцев. Оказалось, что я не вернулась, и пришлось их эвакуировать, потому что они были холодные, то есть я не смогла спать спокойно, зная, что мои питомцы.
The first day when war started, we go to the
military base.
To the military base, and we didn't know that we couldn't back at home at that day. And Lesa has birds, and she was really scared about them. And in a few days, we can put them to our military base, and now they at a safe place in our friend's home.
Well, you know, you must tell Alessia that, you know, we salute her spirit to leave your young children, to salute your spirit, Julia, and all of your companions who've left your families and you've come here, you know, to fight for your country. I want to ask you, Julia, is action imminent? Are you going to be deployed very soon, all of you?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Are you going to be now facing the enemy, or are you waiting right now? Is it possible that any time you would be deployed in action?
Я думаю, плануєте ви воювати?
I'm here to fight to the last meters of our land, and if I need maybe kill someone, I'm not sure that I can do that, but I hope. And I really want to came back to our previous life, our safe life, but I will be here to the last day, to the last minute, to the time where Ukrainian will free and without any Russian soldiers at our land.
Have all of you, I'm sure at least that, you know, that training would have been given to you, imparted to you, but have all of you now understood, learned how to fire your weapons?
Yes. At this moment, we know how to use our weapons.
Can I ask you, you know, with your permission,
we had to learn that.
You had to learn that. Can I ask you, with your permission?
Very quickly.
Can you show us your weapons?
Yes, where's our weapons?
Can you tell me, each one of you, what your weapons? You know, I love the smiles. It gives us a lot of heart back here to watch, you know, all of you smiling with your weapons. What's your weapon, Julia?
What is weapon? It's a AK-74, and that's my nickname, Hayechka.
Oh, you got a nickname. What's your nickname, Julia?
Hayechka.
What does it mean? Can you tell us?
It's from cartoon Chip and Dale.
Gadget. Gadget.
Yes.
So it's from Chippendale, right?
Yes, it's a red girl. Ukrainian, it sounds like Hayechka.
Can you tell us all the nicknames of your other colleagues?
Yes, it's Fatima, Struна, Белоруска, Каратистка.
Фатима – это из-за того, что ковид, и постоянно я в маске.
Nickname of Olesa is because she in the mask all the time because of pandemia. And that's why she's Fatima. She's only person at a big building stayed in the mask.
All right. Okay. You know, I'm gonna let you girls go and you women go, but I'm gonna ask you, Julia, what is your message? Because you know, you wear the bravery so easily, all of you. You know, you're talking about fighting for your country. Not many do what you're doing. It's abject bravery. It takes all heart to do what you're doing. And you know, what I am witnessing as a journalist right here on the other side is how easily you girls and you women are wearing, you know, this abject, you know, bravery, the strength that you have. I want to ask you, what's your message to the world right now, to those who are watching you? Julia, go first and you can ask your, you know, your friends later.
At this moment, we need help from all the world. You need say to the Russia, to the Putin to stop, because now they're at our land, and today it can be another country, and we have a lot of pain just now because Russian soldiers killed a lot of children in Ukraine, a lot of other people. They ruined our buildings, our house, our homes, and world, please don't think that Putin will stop in the Ukraine. You can be the next one. That's why go to your streets outside and say to the Russia, stop. We need your help. And at this moment, we need money because a lot of our soldiers didn't have what to wear. They didn't have uniform. And if you can help us with it, we will be very appreciative.
We created a page.
We can send you link on the page where you can help us with it.
You know, we'd like to get that link.
Send to all the world, please don't be silent. You should to say to the Putin, to the Russian soldiers, say we don't want to see there at our land, at your land. Please don't be silent.
Julia, before I let you women go, I'm going to ask you once again, you know, because this is a shot, you know, which gives a lot of strength to a lot of people who are watching you in your country and even outside to see the kind, you know, this kind of visual. I'm going to let you go, but I want to see your weapons once again, and I want to see you all smiling. And I wish you strength, I wish you fortitude, and I wish you so much luck. May God be with you. And I really pray and hope that I'm able to talk to each one of you again when this war is over, and it will be over. Can I see your weapons once again, as you know? Thank you for doing this for us, and I am sure your country is so proud. And I'll speak to you, all four of you again. I will speak to all four of you again. May God be with you. Lots of strength, lots of luck. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. You know, with that stunning conversation.